Let me read to you this week's opinion piece. I titled it, "It Could Take Weeks, Months, Years." Ladies and gentlemen, I'm 54 years old. I started shooting a gun when I was 4. So I guess you could say I've been training for 50 years, and to this day, I have not shot anyone. I hope I never shoot anyone. I will if I have to, but the goal is not getting myself in a position where I have to. So on one side of the coin, you could say that all my training was for nothing because I never put it to use. But on the other side of the coin, you could say my training has worked perfectly because I have not needed to shoot anyone. As the old saying goes, we sweat hard off the battlefield so we bleed less when we're on it, or something like that, but you get my point. In the area of self-defense, there can be no shortcuts. The training must be done whether we use the training or not. We may never use it, but we must be ready. I've read this before, but I'm going to read it again because it's that good. This is a quote from John C. Maxwell's book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Its quote starts like this: "Ability isn't created in a crisis. It only becomes seen. Everything you have done in practices and the practices you have failed to do come to a head when you're under pressure. The last thing we want to do in a crisis situation is fall apart due to a lack of training. Training never ends when it comes to survival. With the latest church shooting here in Texas, I'm seeing the lack of preparedness all around. People, places, institutions, churches, etc. are scrambling to get caught up. Preparedness is like concrete. The longer it's in place, the more solid it gets. If you haven't poured a foundation of preparedness yet, I highly advise you do so and give it time to set. You'll be building a structure of security, and we all know that structures need a good foundation if they're to stay standing. Get started now because, like I said, it could take weeks, months, or years before you might have to use your skill of survival and self-defense. The goal is to never having to use these skills, but if you do, use them with extreme efficiency." Joel, let's take us out with a commercial break.